Let me do this. Come on. Come on. All right. Hello, hello, hello. It's me. Good evening and happy Friday night. Wow. I hope everyone is having a ball out on their dates and clubbing and taking in the night scenery, the night lights, having a few drinks, a couple of cigarettes, and maybe even some blunts. But anyway, this is B with the B Code, and welcome to my channel. First of all, as usual, I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers and those who watch my videos. Please feel free to hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, and leave a comment once the live is complete. Anyway, as we can tell by the title, single mothers are recreational use. Men pay for recreation, right? So, I'm just on this crusade to enlighten whomever would like to listen regarding men and their recreational uses. No, you're not. No, but the water's running, ma'am. Anyhow, like I was saying, I just want to enlighten women because up until this point, men have really been getting away with a lot. And here's the thing, it seems as if every time they open their mouths, they stick their foots in them. So the term recreational use has been applied to single mothers. However, obviously it isn't anything new that these men have been doing. So I'm saying to myself, I can get, with the fact of, a man not wanting a relationship with a woman, or a man cheating on his woman, or a man cheating on his wife. I can get with that. That's not going to end. That's going to be here until the end of time. Now, what I do have a problem with is the fact that these men won't tell you the truth because they're cowards, and they feel as if they tell you the truth that they aren't going to be able to use you as recreational use. So, for example, you'll meet a guy and he's presenting himself as single. He's making it appear as if, there's no woman in the background behind him that he's supposed to be committed to, because apparently he has a single mother that he wants to use for recreation has caught his eye. Now, on the single mother's side, I can't say that all single mothers are looking for relationships, but they're looking for some sort of companionship. And then there are a lot of single mothers that are looking for um, relationships. So, I mean, truth be told, single mothers aren't the ones that are out here sleeping around, like just sleeping around, sleeping around, sleeping around. I think that would be attributed more so to a prostitute or a hoe, right? Single mothers, they tend to work, take care of their children, put family first. The kids in the home, it's important to them. So when they're dating, they're pretty much dating to add a member to their family if possible. And men recognize that. And so they have single mothers at a disadvantage when it comes to game playing. They know they're playing a game, but the single mother doesn't know that they're playing a game. And so she often gets caught into traps and snares by these dishonest men who lie, but don't like to be called liars, don't like to be confronted as liars. Well, if you don't want to be confronted as a liar and you don't want to be called a liar, then maybe you should stop being a liar and stop lying. I mean, that's the only logical thing to do. But anywho, men pay for recreational use. They pay for their recreations, right? So let's pretty much put on a list the things men pay for, right? They'll buy basketballs to play basketball. They'll buy footballs to play football. They'll buy marijuana to get high. They'll buy their cigarettes, right? They'll buy their alcohol. They'll go pay to get in a club and then buy alcohol, right? Um, they pay for golf. They pay for um, fast food, dining out. They pay for all of these things that are considered recreational use, but yet and still, a single mother, they won't pay her as recreational use, even though that's what they call her. Now, I'm not saying single mothers should go out and get paid to be recreational use. No, what I'm saying is that since a man pays for all of these things to have fun with, when he asks you out on a date, he should be um, contributing, or I guess maybe dressing you up according to his fantasy, because that's pretty much what they're doing. When they look at you, they're looking at you as their fantasy for the night, or they're looking for the girlfriend experience for one night. So I say this: if he introduces himself to you and you guys exchange numbers and he wants to take you out, why is he not paying for your hair? Isn't he paying for your nails? Why isn't he paying for your outfit? Why isn't he paying for your sexy lingerie that he would really enjoy seeing you in? Why isn't he paying for those high heels that he wants to see in the air? If you're considered recreational use, then they should be paying for their fantasy, because you're actually your recreational use slash fantasy, right? So they'll pay for the finest wine. They'll pay for the finest cognac. They'll pay, for them expensive Newports. Newports is running about $10, $12 nowadays. That's expensive, right? They'll pay for, a nice dinner. They'll pay, and when they pay, they want the environments and things that they pay for to look nice, because who wants to be seen in a crappy place? Who wants to be seen in a rundown place, or right? So although you're recreational use, they expect you to come out of your pocket to look good for them when they're using you. You're pretty much looking for um, some companionship, maybe in addition to your family, like I said. So it just it behooves me. But fret not, ladies. I have the perfect solution. I have the perfect solution. Now, I wouldn't I wouldn't tell you don't date. I would say accept the fact that they have labeled single mothers as recreational youth, right? Accept it because it is what it is. That's how they view you. It's not going to change because they all have the same type of common sense, which is no common sense at all, but they all think it. So that's why it's common, right? So, hey, don't stop dating. Don't stop having, your fun. Don't stop being um taken out. However, don't do your hair. Listen, take that wig off, take that weave out for that one night. Put your hair in a ponytail. Let the baldness on the side show. Wear the raggediest old dress you got. It don't have to be raggedy, but pick the oldest dress out the closet to put on. Put on your old rundown heels and wear a old bra or your most comfortable bra and your grandma panties. I mean, why are you paying to dress up as somebody else's fantasy? Right? I mean, like I said, you don't have to stop dating. Just, you just don't put too much thought in looking good for him if he didn't pay for you to look good, right? So you're gonna get used for recreational purposes only, and you gotta pay to get used for recreational purposes. No, 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 no. It doesn't work like that at all, whatsoever. Right? Um, there's another situation where men will creep out the home. And we all know why, right? But I'm gonna save that one for another live. What I wanted to dig into right now was um, this little it's like a clip of of an interview that a woman did, and I was just Lord Jesus Christ, somebody save this woman, something save her because it wasn't working right for me, and I just really felt like this chick was just too old to have these types of thoughts in her head and to allow herself to be questioned, and to some of the things that was coming out of her mouth for me were appalling. I was like, girlfriend, no, that's not what we're doing. But anyway, let me try and find this video because I didn't pull it up and I should have, and I apologize. um Let me find this really quick. Hold on one second. It should be here. Okay, here it is. It's not a clip. It's actually a whole full live thing. But I'm just going to start at the point that I was just like, wow. So let me find the. Okay, well, maybe I guess I can just start it from the beginning. Yeah. And then I went 28 minutes. So I'll just keep it at the 28 minutes. It has ads, so I'm gonna have to skip the ads and things. But you know how we do it over here. You know how we do it over here. All right, let me share my screen. And yeah, here we go. So it was Marquette tells 38-year-old single mom why she's recreational use only. Okay, here we go, y'all.
What's
You
his
know,
age?
he just turned 4 on December 3rd.
Okay, very good. So you're 38. You have a child who's 4 years old. And at what point did you stop being in a full?
Okay, so this is what I don't understand. This is what I do not understand. Why are these women putting themselves out here on the internet to tell all of their business? Now, what I would pretty much like to hear is that, oh, I'm trying to start a YouTube channel and I'm trying to get some exposure. So I'm going on, different YouTube channels and telling my story and this, that, and the third. Um, but right now, it just appears like these women are just slow. Um, they're looking for things in places that they aren't gonna find them, and if they do think they're gonna find them in these types of spaces, um, it's not gonna last long. So here we are. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. Marquette, I'm sorry. You have red pill views. We're going to call a spade a spade. This guy has red pill written all over his face, right? It's written all over his, um, it's all in his language, his verbiage. And it's all in his views. It's all in his content. It's just all over the place. So we're just gonna call a spade, right? And you can disagree with me if you want to, but this is my opinion, and I really don't give a fuck about yours. So unless you my subscribers, but I don't understand for the life of me why these women feel the need to come on the internet, plaster themselves, their business, right? Because mind you, um, this content is going to be on there. I mean, forever. You don't know, like it's going to be on my channel forever. Right now, um, and your children are going to grow up, and they're going to hear the things that you're saying or that you said when they were younger. Um, so you in a sense have to be careful, and your business is your business. Sometimes people are too open about their business. um you're pretty much supposed to tell people what you want them to know and not tell them every single little private detail of you. Like, I just felt like she gave away just too much information for my bones, right? And then the information that she was divulging to the public, I was like, girlfriend, no ma'am. But anyway, let's continue, as Marquette would say. Continuing on.
Full committed relationship with his father?
It was actually um once I got pregnant.
So during
But
the pregnancy, the
during
relationship stopped.
during the pregnancy, he was still there, but we weren't together.
Mm.
Oh, tell us about how that ended up happening. That you ended up getting pregnant by a guy that you weren't with.
Well, we were friends. Um,
Oh shit, y'all was more than friends if you got pregnant by him.
well, yeah, of course. But
So I mean, just you turn that off. Turn it off, right? And then you got your milk. You got your milk.
my bad.
You got to turn it off because after that, you pretty much don't need the heat. You just do put the butter in the milk, and then but baby, melt your butter first. Melt your butter first because once you put the milk, you're gonna cool it down, and then it's gonna be hard to melt your butter.
True.
Okay. See, Mama got you. I got you, girlfriend. I got you. Lost my thought. Okay, let's continue. Let's just go.
We were friends.
I just got this check here.
Jesus, these ads—they're killing me. I know they're killing y'all too.
Met him through another guy, which is his best friend, and we started dating. But he was in a relationship, but he told me
Real quick, the friend that you met him through, had you had any romantic involvement with that friend first? None at all. So he was.
What kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? That would be like a pass around girl. Like I don't understand the train of thought here. Like, oh, were you romantically involved with that guy before he introduced you to his friend? Like what kind of question is that? What kind of question is that? I mean, who does that? I don't know anybody that does that. Oh yeah, man. I used to date her, but I'm gonna introduce her to you now so you can date her. Who does that? Friends don't even want you dating their exes, or they don't even want you screwing. Man, we got to. They don't even want you dating a girl that they dated because they fear that your stroke is better. They feel that the things that their friend is doing for the girl they used to be with is better, and it's going to make him look bad or make him look inadequate. I mean, that's the bro code. That's the girl code. Like we don't do friends, right? If we know that they're friends. So I mean, I that one kind of struck me as odd. Like, what type of stuff are you in that a thought like that would even come to your head? Like, what type of females do you deal with to ask a woman that question? I don't know. I'm just saying it was just something that was just like, huh? Who does that? But I digress. Let's go.
He was just a guy friend.
He was just a guy, yeah.
Okay.
And he was actually in a relationship, but he was practicing polyamory. And
the friend or the guy that you got pregnant by?
The guy that I was dating. That's my child's father.
Okay.
And I actually was very interested in doing that, so I decided to proceed. It didn't really end well with the other side.
I don't understand that either. I mean, you would actually agree to bed down a man at the same time he's bedding down another woman. I mean, you females are okay with that? Like, I, I'm going with Cash Doll. It's only room for one doll in the dollhouse, right? It's different if you don't know about it, right? But I'm not finna talk. I'm not finna call nobody wifey. I'm not finna. I'm not. No, we're not. We're not doing any of that. I mean, it just says desperation. Like, you're so desperate for a relationship. You're so desperate to say that you have a man. You're so desperate to be wanted long term by a man that you would agree to do something like that. I mean, it's just giving low self esteem. It's just giving uh no one wants me, so I'm just gonna do something that I know I shouldn't be doing, right? Um, I mean, it's different if it's situational, but this was like an unnecessary situation for this broad because at the time she had no children. So it's almost like instead of for her to build on herself, maybe build on her career, maybe get in the gym and, I mean, the hairstyle is giving, you know, um, it's giving unkept, right? I don't give a damn how these men say, oh, y'all wear wigs and y'all wear eyelashes and you got all this makeup on. I don't care. Ma'am, you look well put together, right? Your wig is banging. Them eyelashes, they just really accentuate your eyeballs, ma'am. You're looking very, very well put together, well groomed, and really, really nice today, right? I mean, it's giving her hair for me is giving conscious community. Like Beyonce. I woke up like this. I woke up like this. What she say, ladies? Flawless. That's very flawed right there. That hairstyle, it's very flawed, and it's not something that I would do, according to my beauty standards, right? Because women, we all have our own beauty standards. We all have what we will and what we won't do, how we will and how we won't wear our hair, and we stick to those standards regardless of what a man says, because he don't run this. He he can join this, but he don't run this, right? But anyway, let's go. Yeah, like I said, instead of her, she was single. She didn't have any kids. She was free to do what she wanted to do. Yeah, she's a little up in age, 38, but at the time she had her son, she was 34. So had she given it a year and just really put some thought into herself and put some thought into what she really wanted out of life, I think she would have fared better just by not having the child, right? Because look at how they talk about single moms. Single moms, she's why she's recreational use only. You should have stayed a single mom until you found somebody that was willing to put a ring on it, right? And if you didn't start having your children at an early age and without being married, and now you're up in age and you don't have any kids, no, baby, you have every right to ask for marriage first. It goes better with the game. Like, sir, I don't have any children because I'm looking for a husband. So until I find one, I'm not going to have any children. And then on top of that, I'm going to put in the work for myself. So I would rather be introduced to a husband, to my future husband, than being introduced to a man who wants to um, pull me into a sister wife relationship. I mean, that's ridiculous. But anyway, let's go.
Side of the party, which is now who he's with.
Did he get the other woman pregnant too?
Yes.
Okay, so he got the other woman pregnant.
I'm sorry, he already had a child with her.
Okay, so he decided to be with that woman that he had the kid with, but then he dismissed you?
Yes.
Okay.
Then he dismissed you. So not only is she on the internet for how many people? 30,000 people to see. This woman will never be able to keep any of her business private. She's not going to be able to keep her business private in the grocery store while she's shopping. She's not going to be able to keep her business quiet on the job. She's not going to be able to keep her business quiet at the laundromat, at the bank, at the nowhere. And then even if she does decide that she wants to go somewhere and pretend like none of this ever happened, somebody's going to notice her and pull this video up and say, "Oh, you're that girl that got pregnant by a guy that already had a main chick and was looking for some recreational use, even though you didn't have a child. But then you ended up getting pregnant by him and he ended up dismissing you to be with and stayed with his main chick." Oh, I mean, even if you wanted to pretend as if your son came from this wonderful loving relationship, you can't even do that. Even if you wanted to tell your son that he was the product of a loving, beautiful, wonderful relationship and your father's an ex, you can't even do that because it's all over the internet. You were you were indulging in a lifestyle that's just not common, we'll say. But anyway, let's go.
I actually met her as well.
You met her as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I see.
So let's get after it, love. First, would you mind standing up and giving us a 360 so we can see what we got going here?
Really? Oh.
And I'll tell you why I say that. Because you're asking about, are you for recreational use only, right? And if we're being honest, men are visual. Am I wrong?
Okay, so now we have a double negative going on here. Okay. Is the woman recreational use because she's a single mother, or is she recreational use because she has a nice body? And then I would pose a third question. Are you guys really telling the truth, or do you guys really believe that single mothers are for recreational use, or is this just another ploy to get people to watch your content by spewing this garbage? Because I'm about to call Trump, tell him just come pick y'all up, because garbage it just sounds like garbage to me, right? So what if she's a single mom and single mothers are for recreational use only? What difference does it make what her body looks like? What difference does it make what her shape looks like? What difference does it make if she is for recreational use only? But I mean, I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question. But anyway, let's go.
Okay. I don't really feel comfortable doing that.
Because she on the internet instead of working out. If you have a problem with showing your body, then that means you don't feel as if you have yourself together. So it also means that your priorities are messed up, right? So take myself, for example. I'm not in the best shape that I could be, but I have other things that have captured my mental, and things that are necessary which have captured my mental, and it sometimes takes a little time to put things in order. But I'm not about to go and put myself on the internet on display when I know I'm not comfortable with myself. Now, when I go out in public, I'm fine. Hey, you can snap the picture, you can put me on the internet all you want to, but you will not say that I put myself on the internet knowing that I'm not 100% confident in my body type, right? Because then you can't say that my priorities are mixed up, right? Oh, she's all on the internet and she's doing X, Y, and Z, and look at her. Her body is not even right. And she, she should be working out instead of showing her body all over the internet. Right. You can't do that because that's not what I'm doing. And anyway, I like to, I want listeners. I don't want seers. I want listeners. Right. And that's one of the reasons why at this time I'm doing my lives or my videos or whatever you want to call them behind the scenes, because I want you to listen. I don't just want you to I don't want you to look at my lips moving. I don't want you to look at my nose. I don't want you to see me rubbing my eyes. I don't want you to see what I have on. I don't want you to see any of that. I don't want you to focus on that. I want you to focus on my voice, and I want you to listen. Right? Listening is one of the first keys to comprehension. Okay? But anyway, let's go.
Is that okay? Or
Yeah, I mean, no, we're not forcing you. Like, you're not. I'm not trying to catch a hashtag me too. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking.
I mean, like, what do you mean? Is that okay? Is that your daddy or something? No, I'm not. No, I don't want to stand up. I don't need your permission to not stand up and show you my body. Like, who are you? Like, that's why I'm saying, there's really something wrong with this chick, and she needs to do some serious soul searching, and somebody really needs to tell her what it is. Somebody really needs to give her the 411, because right now she doesn't have it. She doesn't have it. It's a no. No, she doesn't have it.
One of the reasons people are hard on single moms is because, number one, promiscuity. The reason you tend to get left by the man is because you didn't get to know the man before you laid down with him. So you did things out of order. And because you did things out of order and you might be promiscuous by nature, then the next guy.
So we all did things out of order. Everybody's doing them out of order. So, I mean, I just really feel, because it takes two to tango. I mean, she wasn't in the bed by herself. She didn't make the baby by herself. So they both were out of order. And this is where my real problem comes in at. These men call themselves wanting to hold women accountable, but they are actively participating in the very things that they are speaking against. So you're trying to hold women accountable as if we're out here doing all these things by ourselves. Or like we're running around with Casper the Friendly Ghost and his gang of ghosts. Like, are we dating ghosts, or are we dating human beings that are also accountable for the things that take place and the results of a relationship or a situationship? So we tend to look at the woman as a single mother. But sir, you a single father. I don't care if you have custody of your kids or not. I don't care if your kids are with you 24 hours a day or not. I don't care if you never see your kids ever, never, ever, never, ever, never again. You are a single father. So you are just as detestable as you are describing single mothers. Sir, like, give me a break. The Bible doesn't say the woman shall not fornicate. No, he said there should be no fornication of any kind between man or woman. So they're both single parents. I mean, call me crazy, but they're both single parents. So what makes the guy any better than the girl? What makes the guy any more incompetent or less incompetent than the woman? As a matter of fact, it makes him even more incompetent because he got her pregnant. A woman can say no all day. You know what he's going to do? He's just going to go find himself another victim. Honestly speaking, single mothers are victims. They are victims of these men who purport to be real men, or not even real men, just a man. So help me out if you think I need a little bit of help. Um, y'all both single parents, and you're no better, you're no better or no worse than the woman. And like I said, as a matter of fact, you're the one that should be pretty much you know getting told that you shouldn't have done her like that, because you're supposed to be the man, you're supposed to be the leader, you're supposed to be the one, you're supposed to be the protector, you're supposed to protect her from something like that. If you know that you're not going to marry this woman, you should not get her pregnant. You should ejaculate somewhere else. Because I'm telling you, these men, they know when they meet you what their situation is, and they know they have no intentions on being with you, but they're selling you a dream to get to their fantasy. I'll say that again. They're selling you a dream to get to their fantasy. And then he gets you pregnant, or you guys get pregnant, and then he blames you for it. And then you're the one that's supposed to be held accountable for it. But it does not matter. He's just going to go and find another victim. So basically, in a sense, um, what he's saying is that all women that are not married should keep their legs closed. And then, if all women that weren't married kept their legs closed until they got married, then what would that mean for these two guys that like to screw around and be promiscuous? They wouldn't be getting none. They would be sexless. They would be forced to choose a wife. They would be forced to marry a woman. So all women who aren't married should close their legs, and then we'll see all this talk about how single moms are recreational use. These men will be out here scrambling around till they be marrying the first thing smoking. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's terrible that black women can't get on the same page, because you also have those red pill women who feel as if being fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive is the way to go. And so they don't understand you know when a woman is trying to find a relationship. Did I say that right? I think I did say that right. Because if the shoe were on the other foot and they had to get out here and try to find a mate. Say, for example, hey, the fit, feminine, and friendliness just wore off because now you're old. And so now you're out here as a single mother. And now you're looking for somebody to add to your family or your singlehood or whatever you want to call it. And you are constantly getting duped and lied to and sought out for recreational use. Wouldn't that make you a little bit angry? Wouldn't that, I mean, put a spark under your butt to say, you know what? I'm not having it. I'm done. But anyway,
coming in will be at great risk. And here's why. Every person, every human being wants their offspring in their life. So the idea is never that the man left the kids. The idea is that the man left the woman.
no, baby boy, you heard that on the internet. You heard that on the internet. The fact of the matter is that he ran from the responsibility. He ran from the responsibility like the majority of you black men do. We have so many single mothers out here. You didn't run from her. Obviously, you like, bedding her down before you got her pregnant. But now you're so selfish. You don't want to share your earnings with the person that bore you a child or that you got pregnant. So you don't want to spend your time. You men are even selfish with your time. You don't want to spend your time going to the doctor's office. You don't want to spend your time in the in the delivery room at the hospital. You don't want to spend your money buying maternity clothes for your pregnant girl. You don't want to spend your money buying diapers and wipes and baby clothes and different things of that nature. You know why? Because these men, these men are out here and they want to be perceived as if they're not having sex. Because that's what a pregnancy says. It says that you've been screwing, ma'am. And with your lover, your gentleman, your husband, your boyfriend, your situationship standing next to you and or sitting next to you at the doctor's office, you know what it says? It says y'all been screwing. You had your pants down, baby boy, and now we all know you can't pretend as if you know you're not having sex. So with that being said, we sit here and we think that we don't really look at the man's psyche and how he really feels about sex, right? It's embarrassing for a man to be with a pregnant woman. Do you know that? It's embarrassing for him. For some men, and I'm not saying all men, some men are so doggone proud. They're like, ooh, let me get that for you. Ooh, wait, here, let me get that chair. Ooh, wait, no, I'm carrying that bag. Look at my wife, she's having a baby. Look at there's my baby's in there. My baby's gonna be here soon. Yay! And then there's some men that they're ashamed of sex. They're ashamed. They have that Adam and Eve mentality. Like they had sex and they did something wrong. So now they're hiding from God. They want to hide from God that they had sex without being married. God sees you. But it's not really God that they're worried about. It's other people's eyes that they're worried about. So rather them suffer the embarrassment with a woman that actually has the huge big belly, they would have her be embarrassed by herself. They would have her going through all these things by herself because they are really uncomfortable with sex. Did you ever think about that? Like you'll have a man brag about, oh, all his conquests and different things of that nature, and how many, the women of the different races, he's conquered, and but yet and still he's really ashamed. He's ashamed. These men are ashamed to be standing next to their pregnant woman because everyone knows that you're having sex. Like I said, we never look into the man's psyche regarding sex. You know how some women are shy, you know, they don't want their breasts out during sex, or they want to turn the lights off. You'll never catch them pretty much having sex in the daytime, and if they are, they want to be under the covers, because they're not comfortable with their bodies. Sometimes they're not even comfortable having sex. Sometimes they feel ashamed for having sex. Well, men feel the same way, right? Men feel the same way. They don't want people to know that they're having sex. And one of the telltale signs that you've been having sex is your pregnant woman. I mean, and that's everywhere, even at the job. If you're a woman and you're pregnant on the job, there people are looking at you. You're a spectacle. You're at this point in time, you're a unicorn. And what does it say to everyone? It says that you've been having sex and you allowed a man to ejaculate inside of you. This is what it, and some women, they suffer embarrassment. And the same way, like I just said, you see the couple together and the woman is pregnant. We be like, we know what y'all been doing, right? Some people get embarrassed. So wow. So yeah, he didn't leave the mother because she was no longer, he didn't like her anymore, maybe, but he didn't leave her because, her attitude. He didn't leave her because, you know, um he just couldn't get along with her. No, he left her because he didn't want the responsibility, and he also left her because he's embarrassed. Yeah. Okay.
So if he left you, either there's something wrong with you, or he never knew you, or he did get to know you and he didn't like what he found out.
That's BS. That's BS, because all the while he's screwing her and she isn't pregnant, where is all this disdain? Where is all this, I don't like you? Where is all this at while her legs is heading, what is it, east and west? And her and her head and her butt is north and south. Where was all that disdain then? So I call BS. I call bullshit. He's running from his responsibilities, and he's running from embarrassment.
So when we say recreational, well, I guess that's your words. I ain't trying to get caught up with that.
No, you speaking facts.
When
You
people say
explaining it.
recreational use,
If you're looking for a really
really the idea that the only real value you probably have to offer that's a guaranteed value would be your body, because the other things we look for are absent. Because if they were there, he would have stayed with you.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Talk to us, Nora.
And she's like, okay, I would. Jesus. Whew. Whew. Oh my God. Mm, mm, mm. I'm gonna share something with you guys. I just be imagining, like, if that were me, right? Which it wouldn't be, but if that were me, I would have to hand these brothers they tails, because if you're looking at a woman and you're telling her that she adds no value other than the shape of her body, sir, you are projecting it. Okay, so follow me. A man is telling you as a woman that you have no value, or that your only value is your body. What they are really saying is that I can offer no value to you. I am of no value to you except for my penis. That's the only value that I have, is my penis. That's the only valuable thing that I can add to your life, because that's the only valuable thing I want to add to your life, or that's the only valuable thing I can add to your life. Because truth be told, I have a very I have a very disgusting mind. I don't intend on marrying a woman. I don't intend on taking care of a woman. I don't intend on providing for a woman. So therefore, I will add no value to your life. And I know that this is what you're looking for. You're looking for a man that can add value to your life. Now, let's talk about what adding value is. Adding value for a woman to have a man, the value that he would be adding is the fact that she's taken, the fact that someone actually likes her and wants to be with her, someone that is actually claiming her, someone that has decided to, how can I say this, um, Bonnie and Clyde with her, go against the world with her, right? Those are things, are there, those are values that men add to women, right? Um on the flip side of that, when you are of mature mind and of sound mind, you would know that the value a woman adds to you is the fact that, number one, you're taken. Number two, you have a helpmate, right? Number three, someone wants you. Number four, someone has decided to go against the world with you, right? Um, and everything in between, right? Both of you can cook, both of you can clean, both of you can do finances. Maybe both of you have finances that you're putting together. So the value is that you don't have to go at it alone. And that is one of the most valuable things about a relationship, is that you have someone to talk to 24 hours a day. You have someone to hold you at night. You have someone to argue with. You have someone to make you feel better when you're feeling down. You have a shoulder to cry on, a genuine shoulder to cry on, somebody that really cares about you and can console you and can, bring your spirits up. That is the value of two people being together, right? But when you have men that sit here and tell you that you have no value, what it's really being said is that he has no value. Okay.
Well, I don't know how to. Was there a question? I don't know how to respond to
Well,
that.
so Nora, your situation, did you understand what he said though, or yes or no?
I did understand what he said.
Well, that's actually a good point. Maybe, Nora, if you be kind of explain back to us what I just explained to you, if you would.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
I feel like, not I feel. What you did explain to me was that he didn't get to know me in enough time before he laid down with me, and that's why he left me. And I do understand that. However, he's still in his child's life. We're good friends, and I make sure that
Now I must say this. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I just have to say this. I'm just telling you why the white man is so revered. Oh my God, he's so revered. I have not only heard this from one white woman, I've heard this from a few white women. They will tell you, I met my husband, I slept with him on the first date, and we have been together ever since. Mm, mm, mm. What do you think about that? Well, I'm going to tell you what I think about that. I think that white men's minds function differently than black men's minds, right? White men, their minds aren't geared towards screwing every woman that they see or every woman that they desire. Do white men have desires? Oh, of course they do. Of course they do. But you see, there comes with a white man, there comes a certain amount of self-discipline that they have. And their focus is different, right? They understand the value that a woman brings, right? And they understand the value that they bring. And they know that when you put those two positives together, you equal a positive. Um, so for the life of me, I just can't understand. Like, I guess I mean, for me, I'm not gonna say that. No, don't say that. Don't say that. But what I'm trying to say is that sleeping with a man doesn't determine whether he's going to want to be with you long term or not. What determines whether he's going to be with you long term or not is if that's what he's looking for. Right? I know of old white couples, and you don't have to take my word for it, you can do your own research. Look at some white people at the age they are when they get married. You got some 60-year-olds that get married. You got some 80-year-olds that get married. You got an 80-year-old white woman, you got an 80-year-old white man. And they get married at 80. What does that tell you? It tells you that there is a certain type of mindset that white men have. When they get involved with a woman, they are getting involved long term. Okay? This is why the white red pill community, this is why they have so much disdain for women, because when they get into a relationship, it's for keeps. Y'all ever seen that movie? That movie, I think it was an 80s movie, For Keeps, when the girl got pregnant and her and her boyfriend, they just, they play for keeps. White men play for keeps. So when they meet their woman, they pour into her. They give her everything she wants. You want to stay home? Stay home. You want to go to work? You want to go to work. You want some babies? Here's some babies. You want this? Here's this. You want that? Here's that. And then when that woman decides, oh, no, I don't want to be with I don't want to be with you anymore. I can't do this. They get crushed. It's just like, oh my God. It feels as if they've lost everything, right? They are in it to win it. They're in it for the long run. But it's not like that with black men. They just, I don't know. I don't get it. And then they actually have the nerves to turn around and complain. They actually have the nerves to turn around and complain and say, there are no good black women out here. They actually have the nerves to say, oh, black women got an attitude. Why do you think we got an attitude? Because you men aren't marrying us. You're screwing us and you're screwing us over. Yes, we have an attitude. We're pissed off. We're angry. We don't trust you. And then when we do decide to trust you, the same damn thing happens again. Because it is the mindset and the focus of the black man that's truly off. I mean, it's so off that you would need like you would need like a oversized wrench and like a million people just to turn them on and get them going in the right direction. So let me get this straight. So you black men are out here screwing. That's all you're doing is you're screwing. And you're screwing over the majority of your women. And you expect us to be fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive when your focus is not, it don't matter how fit, feminine, and friendly a black and submissive a black woman is. If his intentions are not to be with her long term, she's just basically making a damn fool out of herself. So here you are, you're submitting to this man, you're bowing down to him, you're being nice, you got your sweetest tone on, you got your prettiest dress on, you got your natural face that they like, you got your natural hair that they like, you're succumbing to their every whim, and then and then when he gets you pregnant, all of a sudden he don't like you no more. So wait. So let me get this straight. All them times I was bringing you lunch to work, all them times I was washing your clothes, all that time I spent washing dishes and mopping your floors, um, all that time I spent doing everything that you wanted me to do. You mean to tell me you didn't like me? All the sex that we had, all the dates that we went on, all the money that you spent on me, because you can't be in a relationship with somebody and not spend a dime. But all this, and when I get pregnant, you don't like me. So let me get this straight. You liked my mac and cheese. You liked the steak that I cooked. You liked my scalloped potatoes that I made from scratch. You like the fish that I fried, and you like the burgers that I made, and you like the fact that I washed your clothes. You like the fact that I would give you massages, run your bath water. You like the fact that I would fold your underwear and put them in the drawer. You like the fact that I put myself together when we went out and we had fun. You like the fact that I just let you do everything, right? And I just did everything for you. So you mean to tell me you liked all of that, but then when I got pregnant, all of a sudden you don't like me anymore? Oh, oh, oh. What did Master P say? He said, lay it down. Lay it down, hit him. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, okay, let's go.
He stays in his life for the rest of his life. It's I'm not sure if that's something he should explain. I don't know. I don't, but I do understand your take that I just wasn't the woman that he wanted to live the rest of his life with. I do understand that.
Why did
Ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. You weren't one of the women he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. Remember, because he already had one when you got with him and you knew about it and you decided that she was going to be a sister girlfriend. But see, the problem, Jesus. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. No, ma'am.
why did you decide to get not use protection, get pregnant? So not use protection, B
So, why did he, A, not use protection? Why did he, B, decide to get her pregnant? Right? Why? 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 Why, Sherlock Holmes? Why? Why? See, you got all this smoke for the female, but I never see y'all on here giving the smoke to none of these men. You shouldn't be asking her these questions because she is the submissive one in the relationship. She is doing what her man wants, which is screwing raw. That is what her man wanted. That is her being submissive. So what y'all want? What do you want? Do you want us to take charge or not? Do you want us to go against what you want or not? She thinks she's doing what her man wanted her to do. She knew the repercussions. He knew the repercussions. So why you got all this smoke for her and you ain't got all this smoke for the man? So your question to her, since you're talking to her, but you should be talking to the man, would be, why do you think A, he didn't use protection, and B, he got you pregnant? And then she would say, oh, well, because no, see, we don't need to get into the woman's mind because we're already there. We're already there. We need to be getting inside of these men's minds to ask them, why are you screwing a woman raw, knowing that you can get her pregnant, and then when you get her pregnant, you decide you want to leave? We need the man's psyche, because while all this screwing and partying and bullshitting and dating and eating and bathing and showering together and holding hands and doing all this stuff and going out and shopping and spending money and washing clothes and mopping floors and doing dishes and cooking and all this kind of stuff, why, when all this stuff was going on, you liked her? But then all of a sudden, when she got pregnant, you discovered that you didn't like her? So these questions need to be directed towards the men. We know what she's thinking. She's doing what her man wants her to do. She's behaving in the way that women behave. I don't care the toughest female, the roughest, toughest, the buffest, the meanest, the one with the most attitude. I don't care if they possess all of those qualities or attributes, whatever you want to call them. When it comes to their man, they're going to submit to what he wants. So we know this about a woman. We know this about women. So why are we asking these asinine questions to the woman? We should be asking these asinine questions to the man. Sir, why did you go up in her raw and get her pregnant and then leave her? Why? Why? How? Why? Why? Sir, why? See, they don't want to tell you why. I know why. I'm not gonna tell you why. I want to start hearing it from these men. Why? I can make a ass out of myself all day long. People are not gonna believe what I say, so I'm not gonna say it. But I know why. It's the same reason why men. And I've discussed this already. Oh my God, I've discussed so much already. I wish I had. No, I don't actually wish I had more time for YouTube, but I just wish that you know, I had a bigger following and I had more people listening to me when I do come on here because I be dropping jewels. It's the same reason why a man leaves you fat and broke. Oh, he's with you, you know, when you're looking good, right? You got money, and then all of a sudden, something else catches his eye and he wants to leave you. Well, what he does is he gets you fat first, then he breaks your bank account, and then he leaves you. You know why? Because it's going to take you some time to get your weight down, and it's going to take you some time to get your money up. But during that time, they already know that men really don't want a fat, broke female. So they're leaving you in a position to where they know you will immediately bounce back from. It's going to take you some time. And so this is one of the reasons why they get you pregnant and they leave you. Because now they know, oh, well, no man is going to take her seriously because I already know how men feel about single mothers. So it was a tactic to destroy this woman. And see, she's docile. Oh, he's a wonderful father, and we have a good relationship. You idiot. You idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. He might be a good father, but don't let that come out your mouth. Let that come out his mouth. And I bet you if I talked to this woman and evaluated, did an assessment, a real assessment on this man, I bet you he's a butt fuck.
B, get pregnant, and then C, carry the child to term. Why did you make that decision?
Well, I did carry the child to term. I didn't want to have an abortion, and at the time, my doctor said, at your age, this is the only time that you can probably have a baby. So, and you have a very low chance of having a baby after this. So,
And I'm sorry, Doc, but that was hogwash because I had my last baby at 38. 8 years old. It was 38 when I had my and you were only 34. Hey, I think you made a beautiful decision to have your son. She made the one of the most beautiful decisions a woman could ever make. And that's real talk. That's real talk. That's 100. But at the same time, you know, if we are really being truthful, um, it would take a man with a very, very, very big heart to take this woman serious and marry her. And I'm just gonna say, because of her appearance, like, she's not attractive at all. She's a woman with a vagina. She's not there's nothing there's nothing attractive about her at all. For me, I don't care the shape of a woman. I don't care if she's fit, feminine, and friendly. If you just are not attractive, like, I mean, it's rough out there. It's gonna be rough out there. Like, and it is rough out there for women that aren't attractive. There's this channel that sometimes I'll watch. I haven't watched it in a while, but it's Sulcus Ray. And she has her YouTube channel. It's called the Ugly Girls Club. I think it's the Ugly Girls Club. And you know, she pretty much keeps it 100, and she says, we're ugly, right? I remember I was on her channel one time, and I was telling her, ma'am, you're not ugly, like, you're not. And I think she got offended. Go figure. She got offended because I was telling her she wasn't ugly. She wanted to be ugly, right? She wanted to be she wanted to be ugly, because I mean, I guess that's her channel, that's her premise, that's the following that she wanted to gain by saying that she was ugly. And so she wanted to have all the ugly girls following her. And I'm saying this to say that there are ugly women out here. You're ugly, right? You're ugly to the eye, right? Beautiful might be beautiful in the heart, but you're ugly to the eye. And like Marquez said, men are visual, right? However, men are horny as well. So they will, sometimes they feel like, is she ugly? Is she, who's tapping that? Like, I might run into some tight vagina. I might, she might be ugly, but the vagina might feel good. So they're basically just dating you for sex, but they would in no shape, form, or fashion keep you long term, right? I think they keep you until they the disgust in them just says, I can't do this no more. She's ugly, right? And so I just, really don't want to be tied to this ugly girl, for the rest of my life. But I will put a baby on her, so that because I know why I was with her, even though she was ugly. So there's going to be another man that's going to be with her, even though she's ugly. And he wanted to make sure that if she was to find a man, he's not going to take her seriously, because she already has a child. So I think, even as an ugly woman, you have a better chance of securing a husband when you have no children. And here's the thing. Sometimes women are ugly because they haven't found themselves yet. They haven't found their area of beauty when it comes to appearance. And I'm telling you, it's not in your body. You could be skinny, you could have an hourglass figure, but what did Ice Cube say? He said, body like Beyonce, face like Andre. you know so I mean, I'm just saying, like, what's out there in the atmosphere, what's out there in the sphere, that there are ugly women. And she knows she's ugly. And she said, well, you know this might be my only opportunity in this world for me to have a baby, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Maybe she wanted a baby, who knows. But I think, um if she would have waited a year or two more and found her beauty niche, she would have been more successful as a single person, not a single mother. But anyway, I'm just saying that to say that, um Sulcus Ray, she was being realistic about what she felt she sees when she or what she feels she sees when she looks in the mirror. She feels like she sees an ugly woman. Um, and the people that follow her, obviously, they feel like they're ugly too. Now, back to when I was commenting on her channel, in her live, in the chat, she was like, I was like, well, I think at that time I was probably much bigger. And I said, well, I was telling her, you're not ugly, ma'am, you're not ugly. You just have People have just been telling you that your features are ugly, but when I really look at you, no, no, you're not ugly. You're dark skinned. Your skin is beautiful. You have full lips. But when I look at you, I see your beauty. I see it, right? And sometimes you got to be looking for it, but I see it. So anyway, I said to her, well, I'm fat. And she was like, okay, you're fat. She was like, okay, well, then you're ugly. I said she got a point there. I said she got a point there. So I was like, oh, okay. I was saying to myself, so I got a body like Andre and a face like Beyonce. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, she's not attractive at all.
Asked him, I told him, this is what's going to happen. Are you going to be in his life? He said, yes, I am. I laid down with you.
So for you, you knew you had basically made the mistake of holding off too long to have kids. And then you decided for
Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go.
for your child to be that he would not have a whole family. He would come into a broken family automatically. And you did that because you were not responsible in your 20s to secure a mate who wanted to be with you. So you're basically like, look, Nick.
Okay, so he sits here and he tells her she wasn't responsible in her 20s, yet and still she had no children in her 20s, which said she was being very responsible with her womb. Make it make sense. Like they don't want to give a woman props for nothing. They'll turn the good thing that you do into something bad. And it's like, you guys, these men need a lobotomy. They need to bring lobotomies back. They need a lobotomy. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Really? Really? It's nothing but criticism. Ugh, it's terrible. Ugh, ew. I wouldn't even be able to. I wouldn't even be able to stand to be in these guys' presence. It's like, ew, get away from me. Ew, fuck off. Ew, ew, ew. And I tell you, at one point in time, I didn't feel like that, but it's just like, ew, ew, ooh, ugh.
It is my last chance. I'm doing it.
Well, yeah.
Exercise.
No, actually, she didn't say, this is my last chance and I'm doing it. It was something that just happened. Right? It was something that just happened. It wasn't planned. Right? Because if it was planned, she wouldn't be asking him after the fact if he's going to be there. So see how dumb she is? You can't even say, no, I didn't decide to do it. It was something that just happened. Because, ma'am, you're asking a man after the fact that you're pregnant, is he going to be there to help you with the baby? So that means you had no plan. She herself had no plans on getting pregnant. He had plans on getting her pregnant. And my question would be, ma'am, how long were you guys together before you got pregnant? See, that's the $1,000,000 question. Because if Marquette is saying, oh, A, he didn't like you, that's why he left you. Well, ma'am, how he, and B, he left you because he didn't know you or you didn't get to know him or whatever the hell it is he said. But that would be the $1,000,000 question, ma'am. How long were you with this guy before you got pregnant? Hmm.
Say
That's
yes.
heavy. That's
Yeah,
heavy
yeah,
right
that's
there.
real heavy. That's real heavy.
I have to
So
say yes.
I want to explain something to you, Nora, just to give you the perspective of a logical thinking man. People really don't change. And your past history and how you acted with your last relationship and your poor decision making with, giving up your sexuality before even having a real relationship with the man, meaning like,
They so stupid. Oh, why don't you go fan gang? Sir, how logical was it for you to give up your dangalang before you got married? How logical was that, sir? Because if I'm not mistaken, if we go back to Adam and Eve, neither one of them fools was supposed to be biting off apples. They were both punished for defying God. They both got punished. He didn't just curse Eve, he cursed Adam too, sir. So why are we so focused on Eve? Adam did it too. Why was well, let's ask this question. This question. Why was Adam's decision making so poor? Why? Why? Why, Sway? Why? Why was Adam's decision making so poor? Right? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay.
letting him have sex with you raw. And he's there's
Him having sex with her raw. Where was his decision making? Where was his competent decision making? What made him decide to do that? Let's ask him. What made him decide to do that? We already know why she did that, because she's a woman and women usually submit to the man they're in a relationship with, or just even a man that they're dating, or just even a man that they're having sex with. They're just, we're submissive, sir. But let's ask him. Why he, as the leader, who felt like he can take on two women, he could handle two women, right? Why was his decision making so poor? Why would he get this woman pregnant, screw her raw, and get her pregnant, knowing that he didn't like her and he didn't want to be with her? Why? Why, Sway? Why? The question is not for her. We already know why women do what women do. Why? Why do y'all do it? Right? I'm so sick of hearing these men speak on women. We already freaking know. You're beating a dead horse. We already know, sir. But why are you men doing it? Why? Why? Why?
No commitment. You get what I'm saying? So these past behaviors, this is why men, we say exactly what he explained. It's like if you peel back the layer, the single mother, it's like, did she have a baby and the man didn't want her? Like she just got knocked up. And you do these, you did display characteristics of your past in that same way, meaning that you slept with the man, he only hit it, and you had a baby by him. Not only that, you just admitted that you were kind of like, you were kind of with it. You know what I mean? So with
I didn't
that,
want to have an abortion. I don't want to do that.
not have an abortion, but yep, the what I'm saying is that you're actually okay with his lifestyle. His lifestyle was XYZ. You said, okay, I'm interested in this lifestyle. So you were interested in it and you really didn't get anything out of it besides some hard D, which is you were used for recreational.
No, she did get something out of it, sir. She got her beautiful son, sir. You see how they don't even value children. They don't even value the children that they bring into this world. She got something that was very valuable, something irreplaceable, something that many, 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 many people on this earth just long for and desire. And you gonna tell her all she got was hard dick? Somebody stick a fork in this guy. He's done. I mean, look at him. He looked high off of something anyway.
Use only. He literally
Look at his eyes. What is you high on, sir? You look coked up. Oh my God.
chose another woman over you. You get what I'm saying? So now let's just move it forward.
Can I? You actually just
No, he didn't choose another woman over her. He already had a woman that he chose. So there was no he chose a woman over. He didn't meet them at the same time and say, "Oh, I'm choosing her and I don't want you." No, I already have her. She's already here. She's already a part of the furniture. She's not going anywhere. She's already chosen. But you, ma'am, I just don't know. I don't. I'm not feeling it anymore. Right? These little boys. These little boys.
brought out something that's fascinating because she asked us, why would we say single moms are for recreational use?
Yes.
But she actually made herself for recreational use. Wow.
Yes. So now let's just
No, he made her for recreational use. He made her for recreational use. She helped.
fast forward, right? Currently, right now, you have a kid and you're a single mother. So we need to see currently how men are going to look at you as recreational use only currently. That's why he asked you to stand up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What? He said we want to see how. He said we want to see what kind of recreational use you're good for. This is why we asked you to stay. What the fuck? I mean, okay, so let me see. Let me see. So what kind of recreational use? Okay, let's see. Is she gonna meet a guy that when he look at her, he gonna be like, oh yeah, 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 she's good. She good for rolling my blunts. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. She good for washing my clothes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Strong, look, strong hand. She can do it. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna just have her come over here and just cook for me. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna just take her out to the club. What the fuck are you talking about? What you mean? What kind of these niggas? Oh my god. What kind of recreational use? What the? The stupidity is real. Stupid. Stupid. What how many what yeah, ooh. I'm gonna get her. She just gonna braid my hair. Oh, she gonna trim up my beard. I'm gonna just use her to trim up my beard. Oh, oh yeah. I'm gonna just have her go grocery shopping for me. That's how I'm gonna use her recreationally. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna have her. Ooh. I'm gonna have her. Turn the channel, flip the channels on the TV with the remote control. Remember, just have her sit right here on the couch. I'm gonna just use her just to flip the channels for me using the remote control. What are you talking about? And these are the people y'all listen to. These are the people y'all want to listen to. These are the people y'all look up to. These are the people you're getting your thoughts and aspirations and goals from. Y'all going to hell in a handbasket. Y'all gonna be so messed up. Cause here's the thing. You're gonna keep abusing black women and abusing black women and abusing black women to where you gonna find yourself with a cat or a dog in a nursing home alone. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a hard thing trying to take care of yourself by yourself when you can't walk, you can't drive no more. You it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. See, one of the things I notice about a lot of people is that they can't see past their nose, right? They can't see past today, literally. Today, they can't see past today. And I also attribute that to women that get these BBLs and these boob jobs and different things of that nature. Um, when if you make it to a nursing home and you're old, and you can't wipe your butt anymore, somebody's going to be wiping that BBL, right? And you're going to look like a little old lady with a big booty. And then you're going to look like Hugh Hefner in the face with a nice rack, with a nice pair of those, right? And people are going to know what you did in your life. You may not care, right? Who knows? You may not care. But I'm saying that to say people don't, I don't know if they don't see their future, if they don't see the future, if they just don't know about the future. Like, I know extensively and intimately about aging because that's what I work with, the geriatric population. So I have intimate details on the effects of aging and what happens, and the things that you're doing to your body now, you suffer great repercussions, right? And it's almost as if these people just don't prepare for the future. They just don't. So I mean, yeah.
because men are visual creatures. But let's just get some reality of what type of man you're looking for. So let's go with height, race, and income. What's your preference?
I don't have any preference for height
How
or
tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
You're 5'10". You don't have
Wow.
a height preference. You're
Wow.
taller than most men.
Most of them.
Yeah, but I
You
don't
look
have height preference.
She still she doesn't know what she wants. She just wants anything. She wants anything. I mean, and okay, in all fairness, I'll give her that one. I'll let her finish, but I'll give her that one. Like, for me, um, I have a few preferences, but I know what my preferences are. So I'm not saying no. I don't have a height preference. I do have a height preference. I do. I have a height preference, but I don't have one height preference, right? And then I enjoy one height preference over the rest. I can say that, right? But height is not one of the things that I really look for. I mean, it's a plus, if I get the height ranges that I want, it's a plus, right? But I look for other things. I don't care to say, but I look for other things. So, I have preference. I have preference. I might have a few preferences. I just have one preference. I have a few preferences. So I have a small range. I have a small range. But anyway, let's go. Let's let her finish.
You would date a guy that's 5'6"?
Did you know you could be entitled?
Oh, okay, fair enough. That's good. That means that your height standards aren't high. What about an income preference? What's the minimum amount that a man would have to make to be with you?
I would say I don't have a number. You just have to.
See, here's the thing. They're clowning. They're clowning. Let me tell you why they're clowning. Because they've already said that single mothers are for recreational use. So basically, they're asking her, what type of man would you like to come into your life to use you? That's what they asking you, girl. They've already said that there's no man that is gonna take you seriously. So what kind of man are you looking for that you would like to come in your life and use you? Oh my god. She's delusional. She's still delusional. She's still delusional, honey. You gotta woman up. You got to woman up, girl. Listen, get you a wig or with some bangs, or listen, get it together, honey. Get it together. They're asking you what type of man are you looking for? What type of what the fuck does all that matter? They're only coming for recreational use. So what you need to do is you need to stop looking desperate. You need to stop being desperate, and you need to woman up. You need to come into your power as a woman, right? See, this ugly look you have, it's not working for you. It's not working for you. You're out here, you have no husband, and you're out here looking for a man, but yet and still you don't even have your body together to where you feel comfortable showing it on the screen. You got to get out of this natural conscious thing, because men are visual. Honey, they're not looking to come to marry you. They're looking to come use you. So you have to get into yourself. You have to get more into your appearance. You know, you look like a wicked witch. You know, you don't look attractive, you don't look appealing. You don't look like, you look like you should be, um how can I say this? You look like you should be somebody's ugly maid or ugly babysitter. You know, you look as if you should never be in the forefront of anything, right? You I'm just gonna basically say you look like an embarrassment to people. You look like an embarrassment to a man. See, here's the thing. These men are telling you that they want you to wear your natural hair. They're telling you that they want you to wear no makeup. They're telling you that they want you to dress down. They want you to do all these X, Y, and Z things. And you know why? Number one, because they want to make you look like a fool, right? They're in the background saying, "Oh my God, man, did you see that hair? Like she need a pressing comb." While they're sitting here lying to you, telling you they want you to look natural, they're in the background saying you need a pressing comb. They're using they want you to look a certain way and do a certain thing because they want to use it as content. They're using us as content. I would never go on anybody's platform looking like that. Never. And then they're telling you that they want all this natural things. Oh, was her hair gotta be natural and she gotta have no makeup on. But 10 minutes later you see them with a broad with a wig and some makeup and some eyelashes. So they're telling you to be plain Jane and they over here looking for dressed up Sue. They're taking dressed up Sue out to the nice restaurants and taking her out to different places where she's enjoying herself. And they got you, plain Jane, sitting at home looking stupid. Ask yourself this question. If men didn't like weaves and eyelashes, why they in a strip club? Because that's all that's in the strip club is weaves and eyelashes. Why Sway? Why they in the strip club, Sway? Why? But they like natural broads. Why? Why? Hmm? Because they're full of lies. They don't know what they want. They only know what someone has inputted in their brains to think. They are not free thinkers. They don't have free will of their mind. If you just listen to them, you hear them repeating things that you've heard on previous podcasts, things that you heard from a long time ago. It's hogwash. And after being duped so many times, because I know this woman, of course she wasn't a virgin when she got with this guy, which means she's been probably duped time and time again. When are you going to wake up and say, I'm not going to be the recreational use? He is going to be the recreational use. You see, that's why a lot of these men, um, uh, uh, well, I'm not going to go there. But when you come into your woman power, you won't be looking for a relationship. You'll be looking as well for recreation, right? Stop looking for these men to date you long term. Stop looking for these men to ask you to marry them. Sweet baby girl, if you ain't already married as a black woman in your 20s, there is a possibility that you'll never be married. And I can't even say that just because you're a single mother, you'll never get married or you'll never find a man, because look at Cooley's baby mama. She was a single mother when she could when he Oh gosh, Jesus. Jesus. Keep hope alive, sister. His baby mama did it. She was able to snag a man even though she was a single mother. Keep hope alive, sis. But as for now, no, you don't need to be looking for no man to be his recreational use. You need to be looking for a man so that he can be your recreational use, ma'am.
Be able to be providing for yourself now.
So
Like,
he just has to be self-sufficient. So you're
yes,
okay with the 50-50 relationship. He does for himself, you do for yourself, and you guys kind of come together and figure it out.
yes.
Okay.
Stupid. you might you might as well stay single, baby girl. You might as well stay single, because you know what he gonna do with that other 50% he ain't spending on you or the household. He gonna go spend it on some broad, ma'am, or he gonna spend it on himself so he can look good for other broads and leave your natural ass at home. See, men are slick. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna save that one for another video. But I want to hear a little bit more of what she got to say. Yeah, yeah. You guys, you get my point. You get my point. I don't need to keep dragging this out. I don't want to. The horse is dead. I don't want to beat it. Okay, but let's just listen to a little bit more.
Okay, she's fairly understandable on the income. You got something?
Nora, you know what I think happened? And by the way, I think you're a good looking black woman.
Thank
I
you.
think you have a very pretty complexion, and I could see, you know, in your prime, you were definitely probably something to knock down. But no, in a real way. But the real question for
So, ma'am, he's telling you you're ugly without saying you're ugly. That's what he's saying. Oh, when you were younger, before all of your features really kicked in, you were probably something nice. But now that all your features have kicked in, you're ugly.
us, and I want to know if you're aware, what about you was causing men to not retain you? And I'm not talking about the last guy who got you pregnant. I'm talking about all the guys.
See, here's the thing. See, they always think that it's the man that didn't want you, when a lot of times, if you are conscious enough and experienced enough and you have good comprehension, you would say, excuse me, sir, it wasn't that these men didn't want to be with me or that these men left me. It was that I didn't want to be with them. So I developed strategically behaviors that I knew he wouldn't like so that he would 86 me. You, Erica Badu said it well. Tell him, you go ahead, tell him you broke up with me. Because see, when you leave a man, he's more hurt than you are, right? He's more hurt than you are. You know, ooh, Jesus Christ. Their egos get so crushed. They feel so inadequate. They have all kinds of, I mean, they go through feelings of grief, right? Oh, is it, I wonder, is it my sex? I wonder, is my penis not big enough? I wonder if I'm ugly. I wonder if she found somebody else. Nah, F that. She not about to just leave me after everything I done did for her. I'm taking this TV. I'm taking everything that I bought her. I'm taking these shoes. I'm taking these clothes. I'm taking these rings. I'm taking these watches. She ain't about to just, have me doing all this stuff for her. And then she just gonna turn around and leave me and let another nigga come in here and watch the TV that I bought her and wear these clothes for another nigga that I bought her. Nah, she ain't about to look all good for another nigga. I'm taking all of this. That's what happens when you leave them. But when they, in their little peon heads, think that they left you, they leave with their manhood intact. Yeah, I had to get rid of her. I just couldn't take it no more. I didn't like her attitude. And then she started doing X, Y, and Z. She all of a sudden, just started doing this and doing that. No, baby, we get strategic. And a lot of, I would say, a lot of focused women know if you've ever broken up with a man and experienced those behaviors I just described that a man displays when you break up with him, then you would know. Don't break up with him. Let him break up with you. Unless it gets to the point where shit, this nigga just won't break up with me. Fuck it, I just gotta break up with him. I'm gonna just have to go through the emotions. I'm gonna have to go through the grief. I'm just gonna have to do all that. But I can't do this no more. All right. Mm-hmm. See, women, we tend to stay in relationships longer, but we really want to leave because we know how bad it affects men when they get broken up with. Oh, like I said, it just geez, it doesn't work out well. It just doesn't work out well. I wish I could have some women on here and I can, get their stories on what had happened was when you broke up with him. What did he do? It's horrible. It's horrific. Okay, but anyway,
Guys who skipped over you when you were 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
actually, I bet you, I bet you, when she was younger and she did look a little bit more attractive, as Marquette, nicely put it. I bet she was dating older men. She wasn't dating men her age. She wasn't uh, trying to build with a man her age. She was probably looking for someone who could take care of her, and that is the number one thing that all of us women my age have done. That was the biggest mistake that we made, was looking for older men to be with, because the situation is this: that older man has lived many more generations than you have, and he's experienced a whole lot of women. He's experienced a whole lot of heartache. See, these men, like, they love to say, oh, she come with too much baggage. I can't date a woman that has been with a lot of men because she comes with a lot of baggage. No, baby, the men come with a lot of baggage because, truth be told, they have usually slept with more women than the woman has slept with a man, unless she's a prostitute, unless she's just a slore, unless, I mean, and if you really, really think about it, like, unless you were actually a prostitute, like a full-time hooker, women just don't, we just have not vetted that many men. We just haven't. So we actually come with less baggage than these men because they have conquered and screwed so many women, and or we can say screwed so many women and have had relationships with so many women. Because, see, one of the things we fail to realize is that a relationship can last for a month. A relationship can last for 2 months. It can last for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. And say, for example, you got 2 month relationships. How many relationships can a man have within a year if he only keeps a woman for 2 months? What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. He can have 6 relationships in a year, right? Say, for example, his relationship only lasts for 6 months. That means he can have 2 relationships for that year. But think about, while he's in those relationships, the women that he's screwing behind his girlfriend's back, because none of them are faithful, right? Think about how maybe he was screwing a woman behind his girlfriend back who he thought that he really liked, and she turned out to be a slore. She turned out to have her own entourage of lovers, right? And see, because what these men want is that they want to be the only one screwing you. They even want to be the only one screwing a side chick. They don't even want her side chick to have a man, unless he met her with a man and she's not about to give up her man, and then he's accepting as long as he knows. But if he thinks that he's the only one, he wants to be the only one screwing the side chick, and then he finds out that the side chick was screwing around on him, that's heartache for him. So now he has heartache with the side chick, and he's in a relationship with you, and then that relationship doesn't work out. Now he has heartache from the relationship with you that didn't work out. That's 2 broads he has heartache from at the same doggone time, maybe within the same year. So imagine how much baggage these old ass men are bringing with them. And they say, we got the baggage. No, baby, y'all got the baggage, because y'all have 9 times out of 10 been with more women than we have been with men. So as a young girl, when you're dating that older man, he already has it fixed. He's already been conditioned to look at you as a slore, right? He's already conditioned to think that all women are the same, even the ones coming up after the ones he's already dated. And then to top it off, he's had his freedom for so long. I mean, especially if you're dating a man that's in his 40s, he's never been married. You're dating a man in his 50s and he's never been married. I mean, what makes you think he wants to all of a sudden get married? He's been faring well without a wife. So what makes you think that now he wants to marry you just because you're young and cute? No, he wants to play with you. He wants to have fun with you. And so this is what happens to a lot of young girls. They think they're looking, or they think, if they date an older man, they think they're getting a provider. They think that, oh, this is about to take care of me, he gonna marry me, No, baby, you're recreational. It don't matter. See, they got this recreation, oh, single mothers are recreational use. No, baby girl, all women are recreational use to these men. Don't let them fool you. Their wives are recreational use. You know why? Because they cheating on her. Obviously, she's recreational use. So when he say, "Oh, well, what kind of recreation? We want to see what kind of recreation you good for." So his wife, she's good for the cooking, the cleaning, the sex. She's good for all the recreational uses wrapped into one. And she's a stable recreational use. But then they go out behind their wives' back and they get other women that they use for recreation. So baby girl, make no mistake, these men, you would do better using them for your recreational use. Now, I want to get off of here because I want to go to bed. It's almost 11:30. But one of the things I wanted to address with this female that just really took me back, I was like, bitch, when they asked her, would you allow a man to discipline your son? And she was like, yeah, I would. Yeah. I wanted to jump through the screen and I wanted to slap the holy shit out of her. I'm sorry. I tried. I couldn't try. I tried not to curse. I think I did. I did good. I did good. I wanted to slap the living daylights out of her. Girl, if you ever, if you ever let a man into your home and allow him to put his hands on your son, I hope to God that you would be struck down by lightning. And I never wish bad on anybody. But I have, Oprah Winfrey had this show. I just want to, I think I've discussed this in one of my other lives. Oprah Winfrey had this show, and she had this black lady on there, and she had her son on. I think it was her. I think she had the son on there. I don't recall, but I distinctly recall what it was about. So she met this guy. I don't recall if she married him or not. I don't recall, but they were together. They lived together. She had a son, and she worked nights. And oh my God, do you not know this man was doing inappropriate things with her son while she at work at night, busting her tail? And this was years ago when Oprah Winfrey had her. This was years and years and years ago. So think about how this stuck with me and how it just allowed me to really say, I'm not bringing these men around my kids. And if I do, hey, they're gonna have to be tried and true, right? So I'm saying that to say you have to be very cautious and very leery of a man that wants to come in your home and put his hands on your kids. That's not even his. Fuck all that discipline shit, right? Before you let a man in your home, you need to be discussing his discipline tactics, the tactics he used for discipline. And then not only that, ma'am, ma'am, your son's father is a part of his life. And you mean to tell me that you already have it in your mind that you're going to allow another man to come in and discipline another man's son when the man is still in the son's life? You're an idiot. And you're basic. Because that is a conversation that you need to be having with your BFF baby daddy. BFF baby daddy, what do you think about another man come if I get with another man, him putting his hands on our son or him disciplining our son? That's a conversation you need to be having with your BFF baby daddy. Because BFF baby daddy is going to tell you, I will strike you down with lightning if you allow men to come in here and put their hands on my son. So I guess I gotta go with the boys. Your decision making is just impaired. It's just void. It's just, I mean, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say your decision making is void because it's obvious that you aren't paying attention to what's going on in the earth. You aren't doing any type of research. You have no competent women in your life to bring these things to your attention, for you to have conversations with, for you to get to receive the game from, right? Baby girl, we as women, we can't do it by ourselves until we learn the game, baby. You understand that? You can't do it by yourself until you've been given the game. Somebody got to give you the game. You need some women to give you the game. You need some men to give you the game. I don't know what it is you're doing. I don't know if you're talking to the wall. I don't know if you're talking to your hair. I don't know if you're talking to your glasses. I don't know if you, but you're not talking to the right people, because the things that are coming out of your mouth are just really saying that you have no game. You don't realize that this is a freaking game of life. It's a game, and you got to learn how to play it. But you can't play it unless you got the necessary tools, ma'am. And you have none of them. You have none of them. So hopefully she'll see this, and she'll take it. If she sees this, hopefully she'll understand where I'm coming from, because I'll just use myself as an example. When my grandson, when my grandson comes in here, he says, "Granny, you're fat." And I look at him and I say, "I know I'm fat," right? You have to know who you are, and you have to accept who you are at this point in time in life, right? That's the only way you're gonna accept yourself. You're gonna be happy with yourself, is if you know the truth. And sometimes you need the truth to come from people on the outside looking in. My grandson is on the outside of my body looking in, right? And he's telling me, "Granny, you're fat," right? And I'm looking at him and I'm saying, "I know I'm fat." I said, "But Granny's gonna lose weight." And then he walks off, right? But then at other times, he'll come and he'll say, "Granny, you're beautiful." He's not looking at my body. He's looking at my face. Granny, you're beautiful, right? So he's telling me two truths. You got a body like Andre and a face like Beyonce. And I accept that. And I love me. And then also, I know my capabilities. I know what I look like when I'm in shape. How you know I want to be in shape? How you know I don't want to be fat, right? Um, but what I'm saying is that I hope, I'm not the type of person, I don't sugarcoat stuff. It comes out, right? And I'm really, 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 really shocked at myself that I have not done more cursing than I have. But I wanted to I wanted to do this live, or this, live taping. I wanted to do it more on a calmer level, because I'm usually worked up when I'm doing my lives, and I think, maybe some of the message gets missed. But if this young lady happens to see this, I hope she can receive this and put it in her game bag. Baby, you're not talking to the right women. You sound like a whole dummy, right? Sometimes the truth hurts, sometimes the truth stings. But if you're used to being told the truth, you learn to accept it. So I know the truth. I can accept the truth. So when my grandson comes in here and tells me, "Granny, you're fat," it don't make me want to slap him. It doesn't make me want to hit him. It doesn't make me angry at him. It doesn't make me despise him. I look at him like, "I appreciate you for telling me the truth of how you see me. I appreciate that." But we got a lot of people out here who like to be lied to. Don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. If I got if my hair is ugly, please tell me, because I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go reevaluate it. Then I'm gonna say, because I got more dick with this hairstyle than So I know this hairstyle ain't ugly. You hating, you like it, you hating, you wish you could have it. No, 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 ma'am, no, ma'am. And then when somebody, no, I'm gonna stop right there. Let me stop right there. But if we are told the truth more than we're told lies, we're able to accept the truth. And when you know the truth, that's the only time you can make change. But sometimes people lie to you so that you don't change. They want you to stay the same way. That's why they tell you, "Girl, you fine," knowing you ugly. "Girl, you fine," because that's gonna soften you up for them. But if he told you, girl, you ugly, you gonna harden up. You ain't gonna let them nowhere near you. So of course they're gonna lie to you. That's how they always say, "Oh, you turbo thick." No, sir, she's fat. Okay, she's fat. Okay, but that turbo thick is a lie. You're fat. And while he's saying you're turbo thick and got googly eyes and shit for you, he's over there with 95-pound Sally. But that's because he wants you to stay fat so that somebody won't be over there with you. I mean, you just really have to understand the game and how these men play it. And like I said, once you do that, nobody gonna be using you for recreational use. You're gonna be using them for recreational use. Okay? But then I'm gonna tell you the beautiful thing about a woman. The beautiful thing about a woman is that who knows herself, she can say, okay, well, he looks good, he's handsome. I'd like to date him. I'd like to, see what see what it do. And if it don't do nothing, then I'm good. And then if it does do something, it's a plus plus. Meaning, if we get together and nothing comes out of it, it's cool because I have fun. But if we get together and then something, comes out of it, like a relationship or whatever, okay, I'm good. But what I'm trying to say is that you have to be okay with the situation, whether it goes left or right, north or south, east or west. You have to be okay with that. And that's all about accepting the truth. So you say, oh, well, the truth of the matter is that he just wanted a one night stand, right? A lot of women cry after that. A lot of women, they have a mini breakdown. They start thinking, oh, I'm ugly, I'm fat, he just used me, and different things like that. Well, see, because first of all, it might be the truth. But if you can accept that, you can move on. You be like, oh, that nigga wasn't on shit. Okay, and you move on, right? But if you're so used to being lied to, and you're really not able to see through this guy and see what he wants and see, what he's really after, because he's put you in some type of fog, some type of haze, some type of fantasy land. And then after he gets what he wants, he snaps his finger and he wakes you up and you're like, oh damn. Ah, was that the game? And then if it was the game, then you be like, oh, okay, cool. Well, let me see what I got out of it. Okay, I got X, Y, and Z. Oh, okay, I'm cool. I'm about to move on. Right? You don't go and start crying and doing all this kind of, no, you don't. You just move on. But that's all a part of being able to accept the truth. So anyway, I'm rambling, but I just kind of really basically wanted to just say, ma'am, don't let a man come in your home and put his hands on your son, because next thing you know, he'll be pulling an Oprah Winfrey on him. But I would say an Oprah Winfrey guest story on him. Do not do that. Okay, these men are not to be trusted around your children unless they've been tried and verified. Keep these men away from your son. Keep these men away from your home. Meet these men out in the streets so that if it doesn't go anywhere, they don't know where you live, or they have no permission to come to your home, or they can't pop up at your home, right? When the other chicks didn't work out and now they want to double back to you, don't allow them to do that. Keep them away from your home, keep them away from your children. Because we have to remember, when we have children, we're not the only ones who suffers from that loss. Our children suffer from that loss as well. They be like, well, what happened to Michael? And you be like, oh, me and Michael ain't together no more. What do you think that's doing to the kid? And then you get another guy. Oh, we're not together anymore. And then you get another guy. I mean, it's different when your children are grown. It's different. But when you have small children, you can't be doing that to them. Keep these niggas away from your kid, away from your son. When you want to go out and have fun, have some recreational time, do it without bringing them to your home. Because, honey, at the way you talking, you gonna get on a first thing smoking, and you gonna let the first thing smoking in your home, and it's not gonna he not gonna be that guy. He gonna be the guy you don't want him to be. Your son is 4 years old. You're still vulnerable, right? You need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on, getting your shape together. If you feel uncomfortable with your body, you need to focus on that. You probably need to do some research. I don't know, look at some more YouTube videos. You I don't know, maybe you need to get some more education. Maybe, you should talk to your BFF baby daddy and ask him what the game is. Since y'all BFFs now and he doesn't want to be with you, he should be able to give you the game. Somebody. But anyway, I'm rambling again. Yeah, I'm so tired. I start rambling when I'm tired anyway. But anyway, I want to thank um, you for watching. If you've watched, I want to thank you for watching. If you eventually watch, and y'all have yourself a good night because I'm tired. I'm so damn tired. I don't even know how to get it. Stop screen. Okay. mm, 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 Jesus. Jesus.
Laughs. Why aren't you laughing? It was so funny when you were disrespecting me. It was so funny. But then when I take it to my level, because there are always levels. So when I take it to my level, all of a sudden everybody stops laughing. Everyone thinks it's funny when I'm being disrespected. But then when I get disrespectful, nobody laughs. Why aren't you laughing?
100%, 100%. Looking good battery talking to you so much. My phone feeling warm. What's going on? What's going on? Temperature rising. My phone getting warmer by the minute. I think it's smoking. Where's the ice? Should I put my phone in a bag of rice to bring it back to life? I got my charger. I got my charger. 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 Charger.